Paradise Lost. In the beginning, we didn't take it seriously. Jokes about social distancing, hugging and elbow bumping dominated conversation on most street corners. Things like this just didn't happen in Britain. However, this pandemic was about to spiral out of control. On the 17th of March 2020, recommendations from the government during the escalation of coronavirus known as COVID-19 suggested that people self-isolate if they were showing any of the known symptoms. This precipitated a frenzied response by the public to stock up on groceries and foodstuffs, in spite of supermarkets giving assurances there would be no shortages. As a result of panic buying, some items became unavailable. Even the humble toilet roll made the headlines on a daily basis. Our government, as confused as everyone else, searched desperately for answers. The Queen also made a public address. On the 23rd of March, restrictions tightened. The directive was changed from advice and reclassified as lockdown. Unless you were a key worker, you had to remain at home. Essential services such as NHS staff, food suppliers and vital industries were allowed to function. Unessential businesses and occupations were not. A furlough scheme was engineered to help people who could not go to work, providing them with 80% of their normal wages. Throughout the summer of 2020, restrictions were gradually lifted, and life seemed to be returning to normal. It was as if the pandemic never happened. Incredulously, there were huge swathes of the population who ignored these initiatives, congregating in large groups, choosing to disregard the advice of the government and the World Health Organization. There could be only one outcome: a second lockdown, from the 5th of November to the 2nd of December 2020. Today, the 31st of December 2020, a 4-tier system of restrictions is in place. Will people adhere to the rules or bring in the new year with a third wave? Throughout history, tragedy has been bestowed on the human race with mystifying regularity. Asian flu, Spanish flu, Black Plague and senseless wars. Paradise Lost, a poem written by John Milton, published in 1667, was an attempt to make sense of a fallen world. It began with the disobedience of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Are we still being punished for the defiance of Eve? Is coronavirus yet another punishment? Are we still being defiant? A high price for such a small apple.